Hassan Nasrallah is a name that resonates throughout the Middle East. He is both revered and reviled, a figure who inspires fierce loyalty and profound animosity. Born in 1960 in Beirut, Lebanon, his early life was shaped by the tumult of the region. The Arab-Israeli conflict cast a long shadow, and Lebanon, a nation grappling with its own internal divisions, became a battleground for regional and international powers.
My family, though not particularly religious, sent me to a local religious school. It was there that I first encountered the teachings of Ayatollah Khomeini, the Iranian cleric, who would go on to lead the Islamic Revolution in 1979. Khomeini's message of resistance against oppression resonated deeply with me, especially as I witnessed firsthand the plight of Palestinian refugees displaced by the Arab-Israeli wars.
The outbreak of the Lebanese Civil War in 1975 further radicalized Nasrallah. He joined Amal, a Shia militia fighting for the rights of Lebanon's marginalized Shia community. The war, a brutal and complex conflict, pitted various factions against each other, including Maronite Christians, Sunni Muslims, Palestinians, and Shia Muslims. It was in this crucible of violence that Nasrallah's political and ideological convictions were forged. The Israeli invasion of Lebanon in 1982 proved to be a turning point. The invasion, aimed at crushing the Palestine Liberation Organization, had the unintended consequence of uniting many Lebanese, particularly Shia Muslims, against what they perceived as Israeli aggression. Hezbollah emerged from the ashes of the Israeli invasion, a resistance movement determined to drive Israeli forces out of Lebanon. The group, founded with the support of Iran, quickly gained popularity among Lebanon's Shia community, who saw it as a protector against Israeli aggression. Nasrallah, with his charisma and fiery rhetoric, played a key role in mobilizing support for Hezbollah.
Hezbollah's ideology was a blend of Shia Islam, Lebanese nationalism, and anti-Zionism. The group's charter, published in 1985, called for the obliteration of Israel, a stance that drew international condemnation but resonated with many in the Arab world who viewed Israel as an illegitimate state. Hezbollah's commitment to armed struggle against Israel, coupled with its social welfare programs, cemented its status as a powerful force in Lebanon.
The group's early years were marked by a series of attacks against Israeli forces and their allies in southern Lebanon. Hezbollah's tactics, which included suicide bombings and guerrilla warfare, proved effective in bleeding the Israeli military and eroding public support for the occupation. The group's success in inflicting casualties on Israeli forces, once considered invincible, earned it widespread admiration in the Arab world. As Hezbollah's military capabilities grew, so too did its political influence. The group participated in Lebanese elections and established itself as a major player in the country's complex political landscape. Nasrallah, meanwhile, rose through the ranks of Hezbollah, becoming its Secretary General in 1992 following the assassination of his predecessor, Abbas al-Musawi. The late 1990s witnessed a turning point in the Israel-Lebanon conflict. Israeli public opinion, weary of the costly and seemingly endless occupation of southern Lebanon, increasingly favored withdrawal. Hezbollah, sensing an opportunity, intensified its attacks, further eroding Israeli morale.
In May 2000, under intense international pressure and facing mounting casualties, Israel unilaterally withdrew its forces from southern Lebanon, ending an 18-year occupation. The withdrawal was widely seen as a victory for Hezbollah, which had succeeded in driving out a powerful enemy. Nasrallah, hailed as a hero throughout the Arab world, declared that the withdrawal marked a historic defeat for Israel.
The Israeli withdrawal had a profound impact on the region. It emboldened Hezbollah, which emerged from the conflict stronger than ever. The group's prestige soared, and it became a model for other resistance movements in the Middle East. The withdrawal also had significant implications for the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, demonstrating that armed struggle could force Israel to make concessions.
However, the withdrawal did not bring an end to the conflict. Hezbollah, though victorious, remained committed to its goal of liberating all of Palestine. The group continued to maintain its military infrastructure in southern Lebanon, vowing to respond forcefully to any Israeli aggression. The fragile peace between Israel and Hezbollah shattered in July 2006. A cross-border raid by Hezbollah, which resulted in the capture of 2 Israeli soldiers, sparked a devastating 34-day war. Israel launched a massive air and ground offensive against Lebanon, targeting Hezbollah's military infrastructure and civilian areas.
The war, which claimed the lives of over 1,000 Lebanese civilians, drew international condemnation. Israel's use of cluster bombs and the white phosphorus munitions in densely populated areas sparked outrage. Hezbollah, for its part, fired thousands of rockets into northern Israel, causing widespread damage and displacement.
Despite the heavy bombardment, Hezbollah's military capabilities proved more resilient than many had anticipated. The group's fighters, using sophisticated guerrilla tactics and a network of underground bunkers, inflicted heavy casualties on Israeli forces. Hezbollah's ability to withstand the Israeli onslaught further enhanced its reputation as a formidable fighting force. The war ended in August 2006 with a UN-brokered ceasefire. While Israel had failed to achieve its objective of disarming Hezbollah, the group had also paid a heavy price. The war had devastated Lebanon's infrastructure and displaced hundreds of thousands of people. The conflict also had significant regional implications, further polarizing the Middle East and fueling anti-Israeli sentiment.